and welcome to Midday. Now, each of you have come very close to achieving world domination, and yet, in every case, your plans have been thwarted by one man, James Bond. If you had to do it over again, how would you handle Bond?
I think, Jennifer, that there's one thing that Ernst, Ulrich, and I agree on, and we make this point in our book. If James Bond manages to infiltrate your complex and you capture him, just kill him. Just shoot him.
Amen.
Yeah. Don't keep him alive for even a little while. Put a bullet in him and get on with your plan.
Welcome, pussies galore, to Geek Salad episode 225. Gordon's Gin presents James Bond's Musical Variety Hour. I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Catherine.
And tonight we are grabbing 3 parts Gordon's Gin, 1 part vodka, 1/2 ounce of Lillet Blanc, shaken, not stirred, mixing our martinis, and we are ranking all 24 of the official James Bond songs. Good Lord, what an undertaking.
Yeah.
So this ties into the retro movie reviews that Mike and I have been doing on our YouTube channel, which is just Geek Salad Podcast, where we have been reviewing kind of the best and the worst of all of the Bonds. And I think, Mike, we're resigned at this point to just say we're just doing
the rest of them.
all the Bonds going forward because of the 4 Pierce Brosnan ones, and then there's only 5 Daniel Craig ones. So
yeah,
we're
2
just
which I
gonna.
haven't seen.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got to watch those.
Yeah.
Soon. So yeah. So I got to ask, because I did send out the playlist, which is also available, the 007 themes, which is available also as a playlist on our YouTube page. How did you guys feel about re-listening to these songs or listening to some of them for the first time?
That was fun.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and it was not fun. It depended on the song.
Yeah, which is why we're ranking them.
Yeah. Some of them were fun, some of them were not fun, some of them were just, you know what? They're there. They exist.
Yep.
They exist within the span of existence. Yeah, I asked my daughter what she thought of some of them. She's like, a lot of them are really boring. I'm like, yeah, there's a whole Bond thing you just kind of have to deal with these songs.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's not to certain levels of jazz yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Exactly. So
there's plenty of time. I wouldn't have been into it at her age either.
That's true. So what we're gonna do is, I did about a week ago put this out to Twitter as well to get there. So the collective gets a pick here, and then we'll determine where it belongs. There are 3 categories. We are starting with 00 negative, which are the worst of the Bond songs. Meh Raker, which is just that mid-tier, like, it's got some redeeming quality. And then Licensed to Slap. Not in the Connery sense of just keeping a woman under control because, she's exhibiting a mind of her own, but just slaps in terms of the musical term that the young kids like to use these days, the fellow kids. So
yeah, I had 3 other in mind. See, I was going to go with License to Meh, and then Boo Raker, and then License to Rock.
Oh, damn. Why didn't you tell me that beforehand? I put these out a month ago, Mike.
I know, I just thought of them like over the last 2 days.
Damn it. All right, well, hey. So anyway, and I do want to disclose, before somebody calls out, actually, there is no official theme for Dr. No. There's a song called Under the Mango Tree, which I guess is an original composition. Maybe it is, but it features in the middle of the movie. There are like 2 songs that are kind of like they're featured at the end, but they're considered part of the Bond canon, so we're going to include those.
Yeah.
All right. We ready to rank these guys?
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right. And we're going to randomize them, too, because nothing is more boring than going through the 60s and then the 70s and then the 80s. So I got the handy-dandy randomizer here. And we are
Excellent.
going to pick our first movie.
Spring.
Which actually, believe it or not, is the first one we were going to talk about, which is Matt Monro from Russia with Love.
I've traveled the world to learn I must return from Russia with love. I've seen places, faces, and smiled for a moment, but oh, you haunted me so.
Thoughts?
Well, this is the first movie, right?
This is the first Bond song.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I assume you ordered the playlist more or less in order.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. And I listened to it twice. I don't mind it, but I wouldn't, look for it.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Serviceable?
yeah. I mean, I've got a kind of a thing for those old kind of British kind of slow jazz pop song things. It's
Lounge singing.
yeah.
Lounge.
It's not one I'd probably go out of my way to listen to, but if it
All right.
comes on, I'm like, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna give it the highest rating.
Right.
But it's
I'm
like
not going to turn the radio off if it comes on.
yeah, it's like upper middle tier for me.
All right, so you got an upper middle tier. I kind of feel like it's definitely trying something.
It was also the first one to
right.
actually have the title in the song. So
Right. Oh, I think a lot of it might, for me, have to be the tawdriness of Matt Monro's voice, where he's just kind of like, it's almost like he's lunging. All the lyrics are from Russia with love. So, yeah,
It's a style.
All right, so I'm going to go about mid-tier, a meh breaker for me. What about you guys? Where would you place this?
Oh, yeah, Meth Breaker was where I had it.
Breaker.
yeah, I'm giving it a double O meh, but
Okay.
high double O meh.
You're giving it a high double O
You-
meh.
You've added another level. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's my version of Moonraker because I can't say Moonraker because Moonraker is one of my least favorite Bond movies, so I can't give it a meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What about all right, so for myself, I'm also giving it meh. And Twitter, 85% of our Twitter poll found that yes, it is in fact a meh raker. So we're just gonna stick it right. Actually, we're gonna stick it right dead in the middle for kind of the meh. Is the way my chart is set up here. I could probably put a few above, like a little higher up on here, but I didn't. I'm just too lazy to actually do the design at this point.
That's what I would do.
Well, we'll worry about that later. You can always,
Yeah.
Do you know you can add rows to spreadsheets? It's awesome.
I'm well aware of that. I do this for a living. So anyway, let's
Well, I know the keyboard shortcuts for doing it in Excel, so there you go.
All right, so let's hit the randomizer again. It's like the spinning of a Walther P6. All right. Nancy Sinatra, You Only Live Twice.
One life for yourself and one for your dreams. You till one dream appears and love is its name.
All right.
Yeah.
It's definitely recognizably a Bond type theme style of song.
To a certain degree, yeah.
I put it in my Met Raker.
Okay.
It's like the first Bond song that really just feels like a love song, and I'm sorry, but I don't watch Bond movies for the love story. Never have, never will.
Okay.
They're not known for their romantic subplots. They're known for one night stands that sometimes mean a little bit more, but usually don't because the character's gone by the next movie.
Yeah, they're known for their nookie subplots.
Exactly.
There's two women. There's the good one that he ends up with until the next movie, and the bad one that he ends up with until the good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And You Only Live Twice is really just the first Bond theme song that's trying to be a love song, and I'm sorry, that just doesn't work for me. So this one's a no.
That's a negative for you?
It's a boo raker.
Oh, okay. Catherine, where are you putting this one on your thing?
I was a Met Raker.
You were at meh? All right, so I gotta say I am kind of in the middle on this one because it's an okay song, but I love that fuzzy guitar riff that they use with it.
Yeah.
I think for me it would be an upper meh. And yeah.
Because again, it's the kind of sound that I don't mind listening to.
Right.
For me, I have like two real kind of classifications. One, is it a Bond? Does it feel like a Bond song? Does it have that kind of that feel? And two, is it a good song on its own?
Right.
And for me, it really doesn't feel like a Bond song. And honestly, it's not something I'd want to listen to regularly.
Okay. I feel like I heard it like they played it in an episode of Mad Men once, and I felt like it fit perfectly. So it's weird because it does kind of feel like one of those late Eric Connery Bond songs, but because they were actually able to interject it into another entity entirely, I'm like, oh, this song's not too bad.
It has a place. Yeah,
it does have its place.
It has a place if it's your thing, and if it's not your thing, well, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, 54% of Twitter also gave it a meh raker. So what it's gonna go again dead splat in the middle here between my upper meh and Mike's lower meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna go dead square in the middle, right alongside Matt Monroe there.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Sure Matt Monroe wouldn't mind being next to Nancy Sinatra.
That's true. I don't know if Matt Monroe is still alive. I know Nancy Sinatra's still alive. So. All right, we ready for another one here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I've got to look up if Matt Monroe's still alive. Nope, he died in 85.
Ah, wow, okay.
Yeah, he was only 54 when he died. Jeez.
Wow. Was it drugs?
He was living that lounge singer life.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he was an alcoholic, so.
Oh, all right. Well, that kind of explains the lurching singing style.
Well, that's pretty much on par with back then.
Yep. So the next one, I'm sorry, Catherine, go ahead.
No, I was just giggling.
So the next one up is Sheena Easton for Your Eyes Only.
You can see so much in me that's new. I never felt till I looked at you. See what no one else can see. And now I'm breaking free.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, where did I put this?
This one, it doesn't really feel like a Bond song. It's, again, another one of those love songs, but at the same time, I really do like Sheena Easton's voice, and it's not a bad song to listen to. So I gave it an upper meh.
An upper meh?
Yeah, an upper double O meh.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually put this in License to Slap because even though I heard this a lot on the radio, I don't mind it. And if it came up, I would listen to it, and I might remember it was a Bond song. And it is Bond style-ish. It's not bad. Yeah.
And it's also from my favorite Roger Moore movie. So
Okay. It's, oh man, for me, I think it's like, personally, it's a lower License to Slap. I heard it described once that it sounds like a feminine hygiene product jingle.
and you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But there's just something so like solid gold about the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't give it. I wouldn't lump it in with like feminine hygiene products. It's no douche or anything.
Right.
So it's definitely like, I'm just here for you. I'm only here for you. Kind of creepy, like
Yeah.
the one of the women from the Bond movie kind of thing.
Yeah, which is interesting. This is the only movie where the singer of the song appears in the credit sequence.
Yeah.
Sheena Easton actually appears singing the song in the credit sequence. And it hasn't happened before or since.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, this was...
She must have been having a moment at that point when the movie came out.
Yeah, and honestly, this was like one of the first times that they really struck while the iron was white hot, because 81 was a huge year for Sheena Easton. And if you look at things that came before this, outside of maybe Paul McCartney, everybody had their heyday at least 5 years beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, maybe. No, you're right. Yeah, I was just thinking about Lulu.
Well,
we've got I've got some contradictory evidence coming up when it comes up on the old spinner.
Gotcha. Well, it will eventually come soon. So, Catherine, where did you say you were putting License to Slap? Oh, yeah, sorry, License to Slap. For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only, I put in License to Slap. It might go lower down in the License to Slap because it's I heard this a lot on the radio. I don't mind it, even though I heard it a lot on the radio, but its Bondness is lower than some.
Yeah. It's vaguely Bondish.
It's vaguely Bondish. It's not Bond.
Right.
But I don't mind listening to it, so.
But it's definitely more it fits the movie that it came with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a very grounded song.
Yes.
This is a very grounded movie.
Very.
As Bond goes. Mike, where are you putting it?
This is upper tier of double O meh.
Double O meh. Okay. I'm gonna agree with Catherine. I'm putting on the lower end of License to Slap, but on the lower end. And in terms of Twitter, we actually had a tie here. 43% voted that it was either meh, Raker, or License to Slap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it with just a little bit, a whisker of it is going into meh, but primarily will sit in License to Slap.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, we ready? Another bullet in the chamber here.
I'll ping.
All right, the most recent of the songs, and also an Oscar winner, Billie Eilish, "No Time to Die."
We were a pair, but I saw you there. Too much to bear. You were my life
far away from fair. Was I stupid to love you? Was I reckless to help? Was it obvious to everybody else that I've fallen for a lie? You were never on my side. Fool me once, fool me twice. Are you dead for paradise? Now you never see me cry. There's just no time to die.
It's definitely a Billie Eilish song.
Yes, it is.
Of all the Billie Eilish songs, this is the most Billie Eilish-ish.
No.
I just want to hear you say Billie Eilish again.
Billie Eilish-ish. No, I can say it like Connery, too.
Billie Eilish.
It's not the most Billie Eilish song that ever was, but it's definitely Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like her, but I'm trying to find it on I'm like, I know I wrote it down on this piece of paper.
It does sort of feel like a Mon
there it
song.
is.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a good song. It's kind of Bond. It's more Billie Eilish than it is Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really kind of depends on what you think of Billie Eilish. I honestly, this is really the only song of hers I've ever really listened to.
Okay.
She's not one I go to, and I gave it an upper double O Matt. It's a fine song, and it sort of feels Bondish. It's just it feels weird for a Bond movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit irritated that she won over Dos Oruguetas.
Well, yeah, we know that it's going to be an absolute goddamn banger when Lin-Manuel finally wins.
Yes.
You know what, though, the thing is, I wasn't nearly as upset about this as when he lost to City of Stars, because How Far I'll Go is just, it's Disney perfection, and he got fucking robbed.
Yes, he did.
You know what, the thing with this movie is, this song, rather, I'm assuming neither of you have seen No Time to Die yet.
No.
It fits. That's the thing. I was
Nice.
prepared to go meh on this song until I watched the movie, and it fucking fits. It makes all the sense in the world. After you, especially now, you know, with most movies now, like the opening version of Smells Like Teen Spirit, they did in front of Black Widow, and pretty much anytime they ask Lord to sing anything, that's a cover. That's kind of the way that these theme songs are going now, with that slower, droning whisper. I'm going mid License to Slap on this one. The more I hear it, I really like this song.
Yeah,
Catherine,
I would put this at top net ranker or the bottom of License to Slap, because I happen to like Billie Eilish. The first time I heard her, I was, driving in my car. It was right before our last station, or our second to last station that was playing some modern stuff played, and instead of switching to the new classic rock, which is 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And so that was like one of the first new songs I'd heard for a while that I was like, yeah, I need to hear more of her.
Nice.
I like Billie Eilish. Like there's several songs of hers that I really like. And this is, like I said, I'm like, okay, yep, that's Billie Eilish, and it's kind of, sort of, but she's also very young, so she's got room to grow.
Right. Mike, how about
yeah,
you?
I would.
Upper double O Matt. It like I said, it's a fine song. It's just, doesn't really just click for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't peg you for a Billie Eilish listener.
Oh, not at all.
Good call.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And I'm going about like lower end License to Slap. Now Twitter actually 56% went with License to Slap. So
That makes sense.
So this one's gonna reside in license to slap, but just some of it will be sitting in Raker, just because.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So the next one on our list here.
Wheel of morality. Turn.
Tell us a lesson that we should learn.
And
Let's just pull up here. Okay. From The Spy Who Loved Me, Carly Simon, Nobody Does It Better.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, you're the best. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me is keeping all my secrets safe tonight.
Ugh. I put
thought
this
this
in
was a good idea.
I
Who
put this
thought
in
this was a good
00
idea?
negative because I would still turn off the radio when this comes on. Like, I can see the quality that this song has, but I still don't want to listen to it.
This is one of those songs I'm sure was an absolute banger in the 70s.
Banger!
In
It's
the
not a banger.
Well, I'm talking in
Not even
terms of
the
the
70s.
They were saying, come on, it was all cocaine.
There's a difference between a banger and nobody does it better.
I'm
That's
just-
not a
I'm
banger,
just saying, yeah.
man. That does not have the energy for a banger.
So no, I'm talking in the context of the time. I'm sure that people just love the shit out of this song.
They could love the shit out of it. That doesn't make it a banger because
No,
it doesn't
it
have
don't.
any energy at all.
Oh,
It's
the
a-
irony. I got to check my microphone because the irony coming out of my voice.
Got it. I'm not picking up on the sarcasm.
Yeah, no, exactly. There definitely needs to be
Work on your sarcasm,
font.
Vaughn.
Yeah, sorry. This one's so weird. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a Bond song
And
in
it doesn't-
context to other Bond songs.
Doesn't really fit for the movie either. I mean, the fact that they just throw in The Spy Who Loved Me into that for really, it doesn't serve any purpose to the song.
Right.
Lyrically,
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
It's tough. It's just like and Carly Simon. I would have never pegged to have like the Bond song. It's just it feels out of place. It feels out of place now, especially in context of like if I had this on shuffle and I'm driving my kids to camp and it came on after more of a rocker. And it was just like, well, what? This can't be the same playlist, can? Oh no, it is. That's Carly. That's Carly Simon. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I would put this in 00 negative. What
Yep.
about you guys?
Absolutely. Like, the song has its place. It's just not in the Bond list. And yeah, honestly, I don't know if I'd listen to this on a like romantic playlist. I might put it on like a sad playlist. It is not a happy song.
No, it's not. Considering the energy that goes into The Spy Who Loved Me, which is a really solid movie.
It is a solid movie, yeah. It's
So
the second most solid Moore movie, I think.
I agree. Yeah, no, it's tough. Now, here's the interesting thing, though. We're all kind of on the 00 negative end of things. Twitter.
I haven't given my vote yet.
Oh, you have not? Okay, go for it. Sorry, I forgot about that.
I'm actually going to go with a lower tier meh, 00 meh for me.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like a Bond song, But you know what? It doesn't offend me. If it comes, like, you know, I've got all the Bond songs on the playlist. I've been playing it during my commute last few days.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if it shuffles, like, all right, fine. I'll listen to it this once. You know, it's not the worst song I've ever heard. So it's...
Oh, yeah, well, clearly.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it enough wiggle room to put it in the lower tier of double meh.
Okay. So
None of these songs are the worst I've ever heard.
right.
What one that may
it might come into close contention. So Twitter, 71% gave it license to slap.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting. They
Wow.
yeah, they have a fondness for the song that might not be associated with as Bondness.
70%.
71%.
I don't see that. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, it's
Again,
interesting, but it's got, you know, it definitely is just one of those songs that can be said it's got its fans.
Yeah.
Yep.
So between Mike's general, I'll listen to it again, ambivalence, and with that overwhelming thing, it's gonna sit kind of half and half here. It's gonna sit in between Double O Negative and Breaker.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay.
We do,
We're ready.
we do have to give some weight to our Twitter poll. Absolutely.
Well, you know, there's four of us here. Joe has got his brother visiting him, or else he would have been joining us. Jim is on his way to Europe, and Original Recipe Mike is prepping for his wedding. So
yes,
so many things that we so many people could not make it tonight. So Joe did say he might jump on later if he is available. But let's move on then. Let me
spin it.
Let me shake that martini again. See where we go.
Spin it. Da, 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 da. Sorry, going back to tailspin there.
All right. All right. From On Her Majesty's Secret Service, we have All the Time in the World.
We have all the time in the world, time enough for life to unfold all the precious things love has in store. We have all the love in the world. If that's all we have, you will find we need nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you go, Mike.
I love Louis Armstrong, and I mean, it is a good song. It's not a Bond song.
Yeah.
Not at all.
This is another weird one where it all right, so here's my thoughts on this song. First of all, I feel like a lot of the string section of this lifts directly from You Only Live Twice.
That makes
really
sense.
lifts it directly from it. Now, I know Louis Armstrong didn't write this song. He just sang it.
Right.
And he was near the end anyway, so it was probably like hey, Louis, here's $100. Sing this. All right. So, now here's the interesting thing about this song. This song also appears as the end credit song in No Time to Die. And they actually use that same that string movement. It's integrated into the score too.
Neat.
Yeah. So which is cool. But if we're ranking the song as a Bond song, you know, it's harmless. It doesn't. It was an end credit song in On Her Majesty's Secret Service as well. They really didn't do a traditional thing. I think they were trying to move away from the Connery formula for the Sol Lazenby movie,
And they realized that nobody liked that, so they went back to it.
Well, it's found its audience. But anyway, all right, Catherine, where do you put We Have All the Time in the World?
I'm gonna put it at the top of Meh Raker, the
Okay.
mid-level, because, it's a good song. It's not a terribly Bond song, but I'm not gonna blame Louis Armstrong for that, and I'm not gonna ding him for that.
All right. Mike, how about you?
I'm pretty much in the same boat as Catherine. It's my kind of upper tier double O Mech because it is a good song, and I really like Louis Armstrong. It is not a Bond song. It doesn't feel like one at all.
I'm in the same boat where it's upper tier meh. But here's the thing: 64% of our Twitter said it was a license to slap.
Let's put it at the bottom of License to Slap.
No, it's gonna. It's a 3 to 4 here, so it's like a quarter of it's gonna be in the. I can do fractions. So yeah, it's just gonna kind of reside slightly below No Time to Die, but yeah. So I think it's a fair thing too, because it is kind of the forgotten song as well.
From the
What's that, Mike?
From the forgotten movie.
Right, exactly. The one that you're like, oh, I forgot United Artists put that one out. No, that was Never Say Never Again. Which, yeah, that song ain't getting that song's not showing up. So
yeah, nobody wants to talk about that one.
No. I can't even remember who. Somebody did do a theme song for that too, and I don't remember who it was.
Well, now that sounds like a challenge.
Well, that's what Wikipedia is for, Mike. Tell you what, you look that up.
How was your Google Foo? Google Foo.
Never Say Never Again, title song performed by Lonnie Hall.
Who?
Okay.
No idea.
Okay, well, this is, they spent so much money on getting Connery, they could pretty much get whatever they could get at that point.
Yeah, looks like her time came and went about 11 years prior to this movie came out.
Oh, what was her big hit?
I don't know. She did with she was a lead vocalist for Sergio Mendes and Brazil '66.
All right, moving on then. All right, I'm going to drop that ball in the roulette wheel, and let's see what the next song is going to be. Paul McCartney and Wings, Live and Let Die.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
Yeah.
I wish Joe was here, because I know Joe would be all about it.
Yeah. I'm not so much.
It's a pretty good song.
It is.
It's not for me, honestly. This song is not for me, and it only feels like a half a Bond song. Like you can tell which songs feel like a Bond song, and then it just shifts and it feels like a Wings song.
Yeah,
And the two
I'll
parts do not mingle
definitely
very
give
well.
you that.
I'll
definitely give you that.
That's the thing with a lot of Wings songs, though, is that they're almost schizophrenic in the way that they go. It's like it starts as one song, and then like the bridge of the song is just this insane other thing, and then they remember the song that they were trying to do, and they go back to it. Same thing with Band on the Run. Literally Band on the Run is 3 different songs. This is 3 different songs thrown in together.
Yeah. and
It
one of which
works
is a
for
good
me.
one of which is a good Bond song. The other ones, I don't know what the hell they are.
Yeah. I like it as a song. I was like, oh, this was a Bond song. I didn't realize that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as songs go, I like it. It's a fun, play with the rhythm, play with the sensation thing. But as a Bond song, it's like not memorable that it's a Bond song.
I will say this, that because this is Roger Moore's first outing as Bond.
Yeah.
They decided to move away from the loungy aspect of the doing two Shirley Bassey songs and Tom Jones, and to do something that was at the time relevant. Paul McCartney was relevant in 1973,
Right.
and it was kind of ballsy to do. Now with more movies, we'll find as we go through. Is the first of the no? This is the second of the more movies we're talking about. They are truly hit or miss. So, all right, where are we putting Live and Let Die?
For me, it's lower tier meh, 00 meh.
Okay.
The parts that feel like a Bond song, they do feel like a Bond song and they work, but they're so short and the rest of the parts do not feel like Bond at all. And honestly, I don't even much care for him that much.
Okay. How about you, Captain?
I'll put this at bottom of License to Slap because, it's Bondness, not so much, but it is a great tune and I like to play it.
Yeah. I'm also going with License to Slap on this. I would go mid-tier License to Slap on this one. I really enjoy this one.
Yeah.
Twitter also enjoyed it. 88% of the vote went to a License to Slap for Live and Let Die.
I was just pushing it down because it's not super Bondy. But, if I judge it based on some merits, oh yeah, it's a good song.
Oh yeah.
Not for
in
me.
my opinion. Yeah, no, it's not your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And that's why we're not bringing up the cover that Guns N' Roses did.
Yeah.
They did a cover for this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
It was a huge hit.
Yeah, if there's one version of this song that I like even worse than this one.
Aha.
The fun thing is when you're somewhere and you hear the original and someone who's only heard the Guns N' Roses version goes, this is an interesting cover, and it's like, actually.
Actually.
You mean to tell me that Paul McCartney was in another group before Wings?
Good on you for quoting Billy Crystal.
Yep.
I had that tape. I might still have that tape.
I did too. All right, we ready for another one here?
Yep.
Well, where are we going to end up putting
Do we have another choice?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's it's going to sit, like, with kind of its tail in Mech Raker, but a License to Slap nonetheless.
Yep.
More License to Slap. Like, the cool parts of the song are all License to Slap, but the Mech Rakers are just kind of thrown in there.
Fair.
All right. Now we got the granddaddy, the one that started the real trend off, Shirley Bassey, Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, he's the man with the Midas touch, a spider's touch, such a cold finger beckons you to enter his web of sin. But don't go in.
Shirley Bassey, Dame Shirley Bassey.
Dame Shirley Bassey, yes.
Yes, I was going to park on this one for a minute because this is clearly the one that defined it all. And whenever like one of the songs didn't do well, they went and tried to find that lightning in a bottle again. And there's a reason why like this style has been spoofed so many times because you have, first of all, they did Goldfinger on the Muppet Show.
Yep.
I feel like the Celine Dion song for Deadpool 2 kind of pulls from this a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there's Spy Hard by Weird Al and Dr. Evil by They Might Be Giants. And then...
Let's not forget The Simpsons with the Hank Scorpio theme.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we can have a really deep dive into Firewall from the cartoon reboot.
Ah.
Oh, yeah! Dang, I forgot that song.
Yeah, no. We were, I was doing this with my husband the other night, and he was like, Firewall by the reboot show. And I was like, what? And we put it up, and it was like, Yep, that's definitely a thing.
I love reboot, too. And I know I'm going to be going against the grain for this one.
But yeah, this is definitely, in my opinion, this defined the style, and this goes at the top of License to Slap.
I agree with Catherine that it defined a style, but much like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, yeah, it kind of originated everything, but is it good on its own? Maybe. I mean, Goldfinger, it feels like a Bond song. You can't. There's very few other songs on this list that feel as much as a Bond song as Goldfinger, but
and the ones that do are ripping off of Goldfinger.
Yeah. Lyrically, this song sucks. If you just listen to the lyrics of it, like, was this written by like a kindergartner or something? It's
no.
His heart is cold. So, you don't want to be kissed by him. It's like he likes gold. Seriously, it's got like 3 lines in the whole movie, and half of them are he likes gold. And it's lyrically, it is simplistic. Her voice does the best that she can with it. It's solidly meh for me because it's just it is definitely a Bond song, but it's not a great Bond song. I mean, not a great song on its own.
All right, I like other songs more than this in this genre, but this song is the undisputed king of James Bond songs. I'm sorry, Mike. It is.
No. Hey, there's a reason why everybody makes fun of this one.
Right. It's such the trendsetter.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why other songs do better is because they probably do it better, but you have to. Nobody does it better than Goldfinger.
But, I mean, much like Snow White. Yeah, it was the first. It started everything, but there are better animated movies out there that pay homage to Snow White. There are better songs on this list that pay homage to Goldfinger.
Right. But this song, if you want to get ramped up for Bond, this is still a good song to get ramped up to Bond for.
Yeah. If you just play the music, absolutely. The lyrics are just what goes on this one. They really do.
Well, they definitely sell the story.
They sell that he likes gold.
He does love gold.
There's not a whole lot of story. It's a Bond movie.
He loves gold, Mike. Only gold.
If you want to get to a song that gives away the story, we'll get to that one.
We're getting to that one pretty soon. So, all right, Catherine, I'm assuming you're going License to Slap. High License to Slap on this one.
That would be what I said, yes.
Yes. I am also going with a high License to Slap. Mike, you're going meh on this one?
I'm going 00 meh.
You're going 00 meh on that one?
Yeah.
86% of our Twitter poll went with License to Slap. This one has to reside. It's going to reside dead in the middle of License to Slap here. I just feel like its influence is so overwhelming.
I knew I'd be fighting the grain in this one.
Yep. No, I know. And I'm sure there's going to be one or two that we'll all be fighting the grain over at some juncture or another.
Yep.
So let's move on.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next one up is. Aha! Okay. This one to me is God tier. You Know My Name by Chris Cornell from Casino Royale.
I've seen this diamond cut too hard, man.
It's a good song.
Yep.
It
It's
is a
another
great
one. Not the most Bondy of the songs, but it is a great song because Chris Cornell.
Oh, this song is very much a song that slaps.
Yeah. This is going to be like the first one that we go through on at least my list that I'm going to go with a License to Rock.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is one of those songs that out of context of the movie, it's still a great song.
Yeah.
But when you consider what movie it's for, that they're introducing a new Bond in that movie, how could you not love this song? Seriously.
It's got a nice good up-tempo beat to it as well.
Well, not to mention the fact too. Again, it's an introduction to a new era of Bond. This song is just so amazing in so many ways. I'm putting it high. License to Slap. This is my favorite Bond song.
It's not my favorite Bond song, but it is definitely License to Rock. Yeah, I'm gonna put it nice mid-tier License to Rock. Now, you know what? Upper tier License to Rock.
All right, great. Catherine, how about you?
I definitely had it into License to Slap because, again, I'm like, its Bondness is debatable, but its excellent songness is not debatable to me.
Yeah, and Twitter agrees. 87%.
Yeah.
Of Twitter gave it a License to Slap. This song is just, as I said, this is God tier Bond.
Bust out your D20.
Yeah, let's move out. Let's move away to a Bond we haven't talked about yet with Pierce Brosnan, and we're going to talk about Sheryl Crow tomorrow. Never Dies.
It's so deadly, my dear. The power of having you near until I die. Until the world goes away. Until you say that ain't all my
Oh, where did I put this one? Oh, I had this. This is like a bottom meh raker for me.
Yeah. I'm good with that because it sort of feels like a Bond song, but it sort of doesn't feel like a good song.
Yeah, I have. My note was that it was her least fine moment.
Yeah.
Like
Sheryl Crow's never been. Go ahead.
Oh, I like Cheryl. I like some of what Sheryl Crow's done, and I don't love this.
I don't love this song either. Her voice, I feel like her voice is just too thin for this. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like she is straining something hard on trying to get these stuff.
Because she's more country, right? Right, Mike?
I mean, she's not considered country, but I think
like
she
rock
has
country-ish.
Yeah, she kind of works in that kind of country adjacent feel.
Yeah.
She was definitely like she was part of like that whole Lilith Fair gang from
Right.
from the 90s, and she legitimately had like one good album and then an album that sold really well, but then ended up becoming like sold, like people would sell it back as a for used CDs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it completely skewed its numbers.
Ironically, the ending song of this one, also another kind of Lilith Fair alum. But a little bit
Katie
better
Lang,
song.
Surrender by Katie Lang
Yeah.
is a far better song.
Yeah, I know that one. I know
But-
that one better.
But that's the closing song, and so it's not on the list.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. I remember hearing it from a Bond CD, and I was just like, why wasn't this the song? And at that point, I had totally forgotten about the Sheryl Crow song as well.
Yeah.
So that was a tough one.
Sheryl Crow's never really done much for me.
Never did much for me either, even when she was popular.
Yeah, me neither. And her voice is fine. It's not my taste at all. So yeah, it feels Bondy, but not a great song for me. So meh.
All right, so let's take a look here and see what Twitter had for Tomorrow Never Dies. They had it as a meh. Mike, you're going meh.
I'm
Catherine,
going with
you're
that.
going meh. I'm actually going double O negative. I truly do not like this song.
Yeah, I put this at the bottom of meh just because I had so many things in double O negative at the time.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, this was and I don't mind Sheryl Crow, but again, it's a release fine moment. It's not great.
yeah. I'm putting it in terms of the overall list here. I'm putting it lower than just a shade, a skosh, if you will, lower than Nobody Does It Better.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Fair.
I'd rather listen to Nobody Does It Better than
Awesome. Okay, let's pull up another one. I'm just starting to rebuild the randomizer right now, so we can just hit this and see what we got. All right, actually, funny enough, another Brosnan tune. The World Is Not Enough by Garbage.
I know when to talk, and I know when to touch. No one ever did wanting to rush. The world is not enough, but it is such a perfect place to start, my love. And if you're strong enough, together we can take the world apart, my love.
That's another could be meh raker for me.
Okay.
I'm like, I originally put it on double O negative, and then I was like, it's got the tension, it's got the flavor, as my husband put it, the lux of a Bond song.
Okay.
But other than that, it's just like, eh.
Yeah, it seems like when they hit the Pierce Brosnan era, they kind of knew that the theme song had to have that kind of Bondy feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
So all of them kind of meet that criteria to a certain extent, but it's all right. It's solidly double O math from me.
Okay. I gotta say, this out of all four of the Brosnan songs is my favorite out of all of the Brosnan songs. I felt like Garbage was such an out of left field choice for them.
Mhm.
Because they weren't a huge band when this came out. They were well known. I think version 2.0 came out around this time, so they were getting some decent radio play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's I love this song. I really do. So I would put it as a license to slap. You guys are both firmly in the meh column for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look. What did Twitter say about this one?
Lying Twitter.
Lying Twitter. All right, let's see. The World Is Not Enough. 62% gave it a license to slap. So it is going
Mike,
dead in the
you
middle.
and I are out.
It is going to live dead in the middle there.
Yeah.
Eh,
I'm still not gonna really listen to it all that much.
It's, it's again based on if you're taking it by Bond itself. I mean, and I know we'll have some dispute here. I still think that this is the better song. I like. It seems like they got the assignment. They understood the atmosphere that they needed to go with for it.
Yeah.
There's a Brosnan song coming up that I am well above on this one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Ditto.
Well, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I don't have to justify myself to anybody. So,
Nope.
all right, give me a second here. Okay, let's spin that wheel again. What is next up on this list? We have got another one that I truly love. Duran Duran, A View to a Kill.
Nightfall covers me, but you know the plans I'm making still oversee. Could it be the whole of opening wide? A sacred wine, a mystery gaping inside. The weekend's wine until we dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire to fatal sounds of broken dreams. Dance into the fire. That fatal kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire.
Yeah.
That sounds like a strained yeah there, Catherine.
Yeah, I don't mind some Duran Duran, and this was the time in my life where I had like HBO on my cable, so I watched this movie a ton. And honestly, I'd rather just watch that actress say "A View to a Kill"
Oh,
than
Grace Jones?
yeah, Grace Jones. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between this and Conan the Destroyer, Grace Jones. Like it's not bad. It's not my favorite Duran Duran song, that's for sure.
I just listened to this one again earlier today. I think it's a better Duran Duran song than it is a Bond song, but it is still a good Bond song. So
Okay. I love this one. I feel like they got all of the John Barry beats that he put into every one of the movies that he scored. Those show up in homage somewhere in this. I was actually blown away. We saw Duran Duran live about like 6 years ago, and they played. And I wasn't expecting them to play this. I was with Joe, and Joe was like, "Oh, I hope they play that." I'm like, "I don't think you're gonna play that. They're not gonna play that." And they played it because to this day, it is still the only Bond song to chart #1 in the Billboard Hot 100.
Fair enough. That's true.
and it hit number 2 in UK.
Yeah, which is amazing to me because I mean Duran Duran were more popular than the Monarchy back then.
Yeah.
So, all right, where are we slotting this one, folks?
I'm giving it a License to Rock. It's a good
All
song.
right.
Again, better Duran Duran song than Bond song, but it's still a good Bond song and a solid song on its own. So yeah, License to Rock.
Catherine.
I had it in Matt Riker, but I'm not going to fight.
Okay.
I
wonder
see no
where
reason to
Andy's
fight
gonna
on this one. I'm like,
You
it's
can't
just
fight
my-
City Hall on this one.
I wonder where Andy's going to put it.
It's my opinion, but that doesn't mean I'm correct. And other people like it more than I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is top 3 Bond songs. I love this. I mean, good Lord, I was such a so gay for Duran Duran back in 1985 too that it wasn't even funny.
Oh, back
So,
in
yeah,
1985. Yeah,
yeah.
not now. All right.
Oh yeah, no, I mean now they're, but hey, I will give them all the
Now
credit
he's
in the
straight
world.
for Duran Duran.
Yeah, now I'm straight for Duran Duran. No, they were one of those bands that just like, I know they were kind of like the for girls band back then, but I really love them because mainly I love new wave music. And
Yeah.
now you see them; they're now recipients for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. For the most part, they lived pretty clean. Simon Le Bon's voice hasn't changed a bit in 40 plus years. But
Despite the poison poured down his throat when they were doing that one video.
oh yeah, oh god, yes, the Save a Prayer video. It's like, don't let the local kids feed him. What are you doing? Yeah, it's man. I really love this. This is a license to slap for me, and 93% of Twitter also agree with us that it is a license to slap. With Catherine going mid on there, meh on there, I'm actually gonna put it on par with Goldfinger in terms of its ranking here.
I would put it below Goldfinger, personally.
You would put it below Goldfinger.
I put it above Goldfinger.
With
Yeah.
Mike's, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing, is that you and Mike
Yeah,
both
with everybody else-
had very strong slaps.
Again, I feel like the reason why some things do great is because they are trying to ape Goldfinger. But that's me.
All right, let's get
Hi,
on
Motto.
to the next one of our songs here. And there we go. What do we got? Aha! Oh, aha! The Living Daylights. You see what I did there without even realizing it's what I did?
Yeah.
Comes the morning and the headlights fading away. 100,000 people are the one-way flame. I've been waiting long for one of us to say darkness, let it never fade away.
All right. Thoughts?
My note was, they had one good song and this ain't it. I have them down in 00 negative.
Really?
Yeah,
I-
no.
See, my note for this one is they had two good songs, and this is one of them. This one I give a license to rock. I love this one.
I like this song a lot. Honestly, it does definitely sound like it. Let's try to recapture the A View to a Kill of it all. I like this song. I would put it as a low tier license to slap. There are better Bond songs. The funny thing with this one is that this was definitely like somebody was a year too late for the Take On Me video. Probably Cubby Broccoli, and it was just like, oh, that's what we need. We need those young Norwegian guys. And funny story, and I told this on the review when we did the Living Daylights, that John Barry found it so hard to work with Aha because of the orchestrations that were necessary to kind of make the song the throughput throughout the entire movie. He stopped composing Bond movies. It's almost like he went to the Broccolis and said, listen, it's either Aha or me. And they're like, well, it was nice working with you, longtime composer John Barry. He's like, you're picking Aha over me? Yeah, they're huge. They're going to be the next Kajagoogoo. So, it's just one of those songs. It's the funny thing about this song is I like the song itself, but there are certain aspects about it that are just weird, and a lot of it has to do with the actual where it's placed for the credit sequence, because there is this crash sound, like the synthesizer crash sound that shows up in the song, and they have a gun in the credit sequence that's firing smoke. And it's about a beat off. It's a noticeable beat off.
Well, I mean, you always see things before you hear them.
Well, yes. So if you're watching it, oh my good lord, it felt weird watching it and being like, okay, what? That just looks off. It's not like bang, bang, bang. It's just a bang, 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 bang.
Still a good song though.
Okay. Yeah, no, I do like it. I do like it. Do not get me wrong about that. So let's see. What did Twitter say? 69% gave it a license to slap. So Catherine, where are you going on this one? Were you doing a 00 or were you doing a?
I was doing a 00, but I will yield to everybody else liking it much more than I did.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do then, because I'm being so benevolent right now. I'm actually going to put
how
this.
unlike you.
Because everybody else really liked it a lot, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on par with The World Is Not Enough.
All right.
I think that's fair. Cool. So it kind of resides between License to Slap and Raker. Because as much as I like it, this is such a low tier License to Slap because there are certainly better songs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is actually not, I mean, considering I think we're about halfway through this thing, we're not nearly as I figured we'd have a shit ton of more negative than this and like some pure meh, but I don't know. We're getting some real quote unquote winners in a few minutes here. So let's, all right. Next. Oh my god, it's just like it's going in order now. Gladys Knight, License to Kill.
Please don't bet that you'll ever escape me. Once I get my sights on you, I got a license to kill. And you know I'm going straight for yours. Got a license to kill anyone who tries to tear us apart. License to
This song feels like it was marinating in 80s soft pop radio.
Yeah,
It's so dull.
absolutely. They like at the start you can see they're trying to go back to the magic of Goldfinger, and then they were like, no, but we got to make it 80s.
I love Gladys Knight, but this song sounds like I'd hear it in the dentist's office.
Oh, you have a nice dentist office.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, I mean dentist's office today, not dentist's office like the 80s.
Oh no, the first time I went to see my dentist back in 2000, they were playing the song from The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh.
Which is not what you want when you have somebody messing with your teeth.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those kind of like. Hold on.
One of those, not like that dog, but because that dog is way more wound up than this song.
Oh yeah, no, it's.
But yeah, I'm not. It's okay.
Sorry, I had to go smack a dog.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's. What's weird too about this, and again, something I mentioned on the review that we did for this, was that it was like Michael Kamen came in to do the score for this one, and Michael Kamen is like a big action composer, and he did like the Lethal Weapon movies and all that.
Didn't he do Princess Bride?
No, that was Mark Knopfler.
Oh, okay.
But we're getting another. I'm actually going to bring up
It's
another
an M and a
Joe
K.
connection. Yeah. I'm going to actually bring up another Joe connection in just a second too, because he was the kind of guy who would get Eric Clapton and David Sanborn to do songs for the movies, and it's like you get Michael Kamen to do this high octane Miami set drug heist, drug movie, and you get Gladys Knight to sing the theme song.
Yeah.
What in the name of God is going on with that?
Yeah, I love Gladys Knight's voice, but this, I don't know what the heck this song is.
And the pimps weren't even there. I'm sorry, pimps.
No. It starts off like a Bond song, and then it becomes something else entirely.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, all right, we're going to do the Bond thing, we're going to do the Goldfinger thing, and then we're going to make it something you totally skate to at the roller rink.
Yeah, it's not great. Not at all. I'm going a firm 00 negative on this one.
I as much as I'm not a big fan of this song, I find it hard to give Gladys Knight a negative there. So
yeah,
it's a meh for me.
Okay,
it's a meh for me as well.
Yeah, and also with Twitter,
pretty much same reason.
Yeah, Twitter, 46% of them gave it a meh as well. So it's gonna live primarily just a skosh above. Nobody does it better.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh. Yeah, it's weird too because when I went back to watch License to Kill, I actually liked the movie. And
I could honestly put it below Nobody Does It Better just because I get so sick of that song.
Well,
duly noted.
Let's hope it doesn't go in a row because otherwise, if it does go in a row, I know what song we're doing next.
Right, exactly. Well, let's find out. What is next?
What is next?
Okay. Well, going back to Craig with Another Way to Die by Jack White and Alicia Keys from Quantum of Solace.
Another ringer with a slick trigger finger for Her Majesty. Another one with the golden tongue poisoning your fantasy. Another pill from a killer, turn a pillar to a tragedy. Yeah, darling, open, a woman walking by, a drop in the water, a look in the eye, a phone on the table, a man on your side, or someone that you think that you can trust. It's just another way to die. Just another, hey, just another, you got to never die.
Oh boy.
Fuck this song.
Such a weird song.
Oh my God. It's just like, if you want to spend 5 minutes listening to Jack White jerk off his guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my impression was, well, it's certainly a Jack White song.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be straight up. I've always found Alicia Keys to be a bit on the overrated side.
I don't mind Alicia Keys, but this song is just Jack White. It sounds like he's trying to rap, but he realizes he doesn't have the talent to rap, so he just decides to sing it instead. But he's still trying to get the best of both worlds, and it fails to do either.
That's fair. That is a fair assessment.
Yeah, it's very Jack White, and Alicia Keys is along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's I like a lot of what the Craig films brought. I actively despise this song.
Yeah, this is at the bottom of my 00 negative.
Yep. How about you, Mike? Where would you put this one?
Another Way to Die. I couldn't give it a double, like a boo raker, because it still feels sort of like a Bond song, so it's a low meh.
It's a low meh for you. Okay. Twitter would agree with you. 67% gave it a meh. I got to put it halfway in, halfway out here. In fact,
Yeah.
It's gonna kind of have to do that because I just actively despise this song.
I'm fine with that.
I don't
not
actively despise it because I don't hate Jack White that much, but
Right.
it's definitely more Jack White than it is Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
100%.
it's weird too because I mean this is coming out of in my opinion the dullest of the Craig Bonds.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, it's an unspectacular song that I have to constantly look up to make sure I got the right title. And it's just like, even the credit sequence just doesn't fit all that well. It's just, it's a weird one. It really just isn't great.
Yeah. Quantum of Solace is really just kind of like, well, we got to tie up all the things that we started in Casino Royale.
I can liken it this way. It's like, when you have to count, Craig was in 5 Bond movies, and this is one they have difficulty naming. It's like when people are trying to count all of the DCEU movies, and they always forget Suicide Squad. All right, let's move on then. Another martini, Moneypenny. Let's take a look here. Oh boy. All right. All Time High by Rita Coolidge from Octopussy.
Funny how it always goes in love when you don't look, you find. But then we're two of a kind. We move as one. We're an all-time high. We'll change all that's gone before. Doing so much more than falling in love on an all-time high. We'll take on the world and win. So hold on tight, let the flight begin.
We need to park on this fucker. Oh my god. So this came up as I'm driving my daughter to camp tonight, and she, it came on, and she's like, "Wait, this is a James Bond song?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, from the movie Octopussy." And she's like,
Yes.
"When do they say Octopussy?" They don't. Why is it called Octopussy? And then I had to explain the whole thing about how the grandfather gave Octopussy that as a pet name, which again doesn't make it any less creepy.
No, in fact, it makes it more creepy.
This song, oh my god, this song is swimming in like that early 80s soft rock FM where it's like
Late
that was
70s.
that was All Time High by Rita Coolidge. Stay tuned. We've got some Air Supply and Christopher Cross coming up for our block of not unable to keep an erection maintained.
Like, I was All Time High by Rita Coolidge. Everyone, please wake up now.
This is a tough one. It doesn't feel, it feels like a Bond song in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
Seriously, it truly is a bad song. And it kind of irritates me that it's got, thanks to that stupid movie Ted, it got like new life.
Oh
And
God.
but it got life in a way like, I think they're just making fun of it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but not a fan.
It does not feel like, again, much like Nobody Does It Better, it doesn't feel like a Bond song at all.
No.
Not at all. Is it a good song? Not.
Debatable. Even out of context, it's out of context of a Bond thing, I would still change the channel if it came on. Friggin' 1983, Duran Duran had 3 songs from Rio on there, for God's sake. So come on.
Right. Yeah, no, I'd put this in the 00 negative slot.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though, like, this was the first Bond movie I saw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My father took us to see it in theaters.
I'm really sorry.
So I saw this at a very young age.
Yeah.
I did not know what the fuck was going on.
Oh, man. This
Quite
is the
the
kind of
best.
movie where you feel its length. You just literally feel the length of this movie every second of every offensive second of this movie.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Unless you're like, what was I, 6, 8, something? I was just like, wow, I should not be watching this. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad!
All right, so Catherine, you got a 00 negative. Mike, where do you have it?
It's a very, very low double meh.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's not a Bond song, and it's not a great song, but there are other songs on this list that offend me more. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I haven't made my thoughts abundantly clear, it's a 00 negative. Twitter was really split on this one. Ended up like splitting the positives and the negatives and gave it a 46% meh. So I'm going to give it a slight sliver of a meh.
yeah,
With most of it just residing in the bowels of hell where it belongs.
I'm fine with that.
Okay,
Sounds
great.
right.
Yeah, okay, great. Because that's where it belongs. It just belongs in the bowels of hell.
Yes. No. It's still in a higher tier of hell than another song on this list for me.
Which we haven't even. How the hell haven't we gotten to that yet? I'm looking at it in the
Because
randomizer.
Oh, you know
the
which one it
randomizer.
So, all right, are we ready? Let's kick this off with another one here.
Spin it.
Boo boo Skyfall by Adele.
I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall. Face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall and face it all together. Let sky fall. Let sky fall.
I'm
I
not the
do
biggest.
love me some Adele.
I'm not the biggest Adele fan, but this song works. This song really works for me.
This song works on every. Seriously, this is. I feel like this is akin to what Shirley Bassey. It's like
Assy.
Shirley Bassey got wet so Adele could swim. This is
That could be taken a very, very wrong way. Just so you know.
oh yeah, okay, sorry.
In the credit sequence, frankly, it doesn't make it makes perfect sense.
I feel like this. I mean, this is how, and you can dispute me on this if you want to, but this is how all Bond songs going forward are and will be measured.
This could be the new Goldfinger. Definitely,
Absolutely.
it's absolutely the this is how we do a Bond song. You get someone and you get an alto with pipes and go.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we would have had No Time to Die without this one.
No, we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have had any of the stuff going forward. including another one which we'll talk about in a little bit. But this song is this is such. Skyfall is a god tier Bond film to begin with.
Yeah.
I will say that after watching No Time to Die, it might give it a run for its money. But Skyfall is just practically flawless, and the song is gorgeous. It checks every single box.
Yeah.
So absolute license to slap for me.
License to rock for me.
License to slap.
Yeah, and 83% of Twitter agrees with us all. It's sitting up there on the top, along with You Know My Name here. Craig's having a good night. Fantastic song. Love it. And again, that's the kind of song you can listen to on the radio. This is also the first Bond song to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which is interesting. Songs have been nominated before. In fact, Live and Let Die, and
this one
Spy Who
did
Loved Me. And this one
did
did
hit number 8 on the Billboard Top 100.
I am shocked. I'm honestly shocked that this didn't hit number 1.
Hit number 2 on the UK.
It's Adele. You know, she was going to win awards.
Yeah. All right, let's click that wheel again. Let's see what we get. Tom Jones, Thunderball.
He always runs while others walk. He acts while other men just talk. He looks at this world and wants it all. So he strikes like thunderbolt.
Ooh.
Man, I look, you know, the version that you shared on the playlist, I'm like, okay, I know he's better dressed than Zardov, but this looks like Zardov to me.
Oh man.
I'd have to see if they were contemporary, because that was some Zardov shit going on.
Yeah.
When did Zardov come out?
Zardoz came out in like 73, 74.
Oh, so good, like 10 years after.
Yeah. It's all right. So my thoughts on this song is it's trying way too hard to be Goldfinger.
Yeah.
And there's just this like sleaziness to the way that Tom Jones is doing this one. It really it has all the looks and feels of a stripper song.
To be fair, this Tom Jones in general, though.
It is. No, and you're absolutely right. So Tom Jones got his assignment. He knew his place in this. He was like, I'm not going to do anything different. I'm going to do the same thing. Throw your panties on the stage. But, yeah,
I mean, it definitely has a feel of Goldfinger, but, I mean, most of the songs on this list do. But for me, lyrically, it far surpasses Goldfinger. He actually has a good song there. And so that's why this is a 00 rock. I mean, a license to rock for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Meh, Riker.
Yeah. I gotta go. I'm gonna go Matt Riker on that, and Twitter agrees. 54% gave it a meh.
It's better than that.
Mike, just for your love of it, does edge a little bit into the green there.
Okay, thank you.
So you don't have to thank me. I'm just,
Just reporting the facts, man.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm here to do.
You report them well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, so let's hit the old wheel here and see what we got.
Missed.
All right, the second of Shirley Bassey.
Dame Shirley Bassey.
Dame Shirley Bassey's song, Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds are forever, sparkling round my little finger. Unlike men, the diamonds linger. Men are mere mortals who are not worth going to your grave for. I don't need love, for what good will love do me? Diamonds never lie to me, for when love's gone, they last on.
See, there's a Shirley Bassey trilogy. For me,
Yes,
one of them is meh, one of them is new, one of them is yay. This one is the yay.
Really?
For as much as the song, the movie is utter garbage, this one, it's Shirley Bassey at her Shirley Basseyest, and the song is actually really solid.
See, I had this in Matt, but of course I have special, the first time I knew about it, Goldfinger, was when I saw it on The Muppet Show. But yeah, she does have a trilogy of songs for the Bond movies, and I feel like, she's Billy Crystal at the Oscars. You're like, oh, we tried to do something else. Oh, let's go back to the safe option. Let's go back to the safe option.
Yeah. I feel the same way, Catherine. This was definitely hey, we just backed a dump truck worth of money up to Sean Connery's house to get him to come back after On Her Majesty's Secret Service to do this. We got to make this feel like as much of a Bond movie as humanly possible. He's looking old, so they bring in Shirley Bassey to do this one. It's not in the trilogy of her songs. It's not the worst, which oddly we haven't gotten to yet, but This is a solid meh for me.
Yep, definitely a meh.
I mean, it definitely feels. I mean, I will give it this. It feels like a Bond song, but it feels like a hey, we're going back to high school Bond song. Then
hey, if you're gonna bring back what worked, then bringing back Shirley Bassey to do this song, I think it worked. I mean, it's the lyrically, it is a solid song. It definitely feels like a Bond song, of course. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, for me, it clicks all the boxes. It's a license to rock.
Okay. And Twitter agrees with both Catherine and I here. This is a solid 50% meh.
Wow. Right down the middle.
Yep.
Seriously down the middle on that one. It's, it's
fine.
What it is. Yeah. It's not offensive, but it's not the best either. And I think we just have to leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right. We are down to the final 5 here.
We still haven't hit my favorite nor my least favorite.
All right. Well, they'll be coming up. Law of averages, Mike. One of them will be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Lulu, the man with the golden gun.
He has a powerful weapon. He charges 1,000,000 a shot. An assassin that's second to none. The man with the golden gun. Lurking in some dark doorway, or crouched on a rooftop somewhere. In the next room of this very one, the man with the golden gun.
My note on this is, well, it sounds like a Bond song. That's all I got.
Thing is, I've listened to the song several times over the past few days. If they made a porn parody of Bond, you could use this same song without a change, and it would sound perfectly adequate. It would work.
The weird thing about this song is it's just so like gloriously stupid that I can't not love it. But that's the whole thing with this entire movie. The movie, The Man with the Golden Gun, is so unbelievably dumb. But it's so much fun. This is my favorite Roger Moore movie just by virtue of it being like this song. I mean, this song does what it's supposed to do. It tells the story of Scaramanga. I was twittering back and forth with the guys from the Spy Hard podcast, and they asked me, they were asking about what's your favorite Moore era Bond poster, and I brought this one up. I'm like, because it simultaneously tells you everything you need to know about the movie, and at the same time is blatant false advertising. It's amazing. This movie just exists in a different universe entirely, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, the Man with the Golden Gun. It's a silly, stupid movie, but it is unendingly charming.
Yeah.
But honestly, the one line of this song that I will never understand is love is required whenever he's hired. I mean, I'm sorry, what? You saying you need to love someone in order to have Scaramanga kill them, or you need to love Scaramanga in order to... Why does that song, why does that line exist?
Not romantic love, Mike. No. Not romantic love.
Yeah.
It's a Bond movie.
It's a Bond movie.
There's going to be fucking...
You get romantic love in 2 of the movies.
Yeah, it still doesn't make the line make any more sense.
Yeah.
But
I'm all about this movie, so I'm happy to say that I would honestly put this as a low license to slap, because I enjoyed this movie too fucking much to not to say anything otherwise.
It's for me it's a double O meh, but it's actually kind of a high double O meh, because it is just such a stupidly silly song, but it's much like the movie itself. It's got a little bit of charm to it, so it feels like a Bond movie. So it's one I don't mind listening to again.
Okay, Catherine, how about you?
Meh.
You're going meh there, and Twitter agrees with Catherine here. And Mike, you're doing a low meh. Are you doing a high meh on this one?
I'm doing a high meh on this one.
You're doing a high meh. Okay, so just barely enough to. It's going to stay in the meh category, but it's
as well it should.
Definitely got a little bit of a slap in there, just a little higher up than some of the other songs. Again, it's a mediocre song that I just absolutely love. It's just like the movie. It is a paradox.
Yeah, and I will always love Lulu for the fact that she appeared on an episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus.
That's right. She did. She's a huge star in England. Oh my God. Yeah. American audiences had no idea what to do with her other than that she sang. She did sing "To Surf with Love" from the Sidney Poitier movie. That's what she's best known for here.
Okay, yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. So, all right, we're down to 4. Ready?
All right.
All right. Okay. Well, final one of the Shirley Bassey trilogy, Moonraker.
Where are you? Why do you hide? Where is that moonlight train that leads to your side? Just like the moonraker goes in search of his dream of gold, I search for love, for someone to have and hold. I've seen your smile in 1,000 dreams, felt your touch
Yeah, Moonraker, Boo-raker here. As much as I love Shirley Bassey's singing voice, the song makes not a lick of sense. It is a love song, and can anyone describe what a Moonraker is?
No, it was literally thrown into they just threw it in there to tie it to the rest of the thing.
Like a Moonraker knows. So what is a Moonraker? You never actually
It's
defined.
the space station.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense in the song now.
Right, exactly. All right, so I was, again, listening to the song with my daughter in the car, and I got the feeling like this is the kind of song that sounds like it showed up in a Broadway musical. This was the centerpiece for their aging star that they brought in. Maybe in this case it would be Shirley Bassey.
Bassey.
Bassey. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm awful.
That's you have to watch the Muppet Show episode.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Well,
And I'm not
also,
watching it now. I'm podcasting right now.
Well, I mean, because her last name has two S's in it. If it had one S, it would be Bassey.
Okay, but Bassey.
Two S's is
okay.
Bassey.
Gotcha. And I was like, it sounds like they built a musical around her, and this was like her big 11 o'clock number to show off everything, and the show closed after 3 performances. This song is just such a 70s movie song. It just, it's tough to listen to. It doesn't do well outside of the confines of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I love Shirley Bassey's voice, but this song does her no favors. It is such a stupid song, means nothing. They squeeze the Moonraker title in there for absolutely no reason. This one is a Boo-raker.
There we go. Catherine, what are your thoughts?
So, yeah, I definitely have this at the bottom as far as Bond movies go. It's definitely down in the 00 negative. However, if you listen to the lyrics, and the thing that I remember best about the one time I watched Moonraker was I cared about the love story that Jaws had.
So is he the Moonraker?
I don't know if he's the Moonraker, but the love story that's being told in this song, I'm like, I think this song is about Jaws finding his girl.
Yeah, let's forget him for all the people he's murdered.
Yeah. Well, he meets a girl with braces and they get along great.
Yeah.
And it's a like weird, sweet story, and like that's what I remember from Moonraker. The rest of it, I could take or leave. And I was listening to this song. Yeah, and I was listening to this song, and I was like, "Yeah, this is terrible. This is an okay song. It's a love song. It doesn't work with the Moonraker unless you think about it in the style of like, yeah, no one cares about what's going on with Bond in this movie. We care about Jaws. Jaws' redemption."
Yeah.
So I put it upper 00 negative. I'm like, I'm not saying it's a good Bond song. I'm just saying, hey, if you interpret it this way, it's kind of more fun that way.
Yeah.
So you're saying from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
Yeah. And 54% of Twitter actually gave it a meh.
Twitter is a lot more forgiving than I thought it would be.
Yeah, this is what happens when you let the collective vote. I'm kidding. So I'm sticking that like on the upper echelon of 00 negative, a little skosh into the meh.
Yeah.
There. All right, we got 3 songs left.
It just tells us what kind of people we have for fans that are actually voting on this, and I like them.
There we go.
They're good people.
Awesome. Excellent.
Well, I know what 3 songs we have left.
Yeah, I know. And
I know.
This one should be a resounding. I'm going to assume here because I haven't gotten Catherine's thoughts on this yet. Of what your thoughts are on Madonna's "Die Another Day."
I'm gonna wake up, yes and no. I'm gonna kiss some part of. I'm gonna keep this secret. I'm gonna close my body now.
I am not a fan.
Oh my
Thing is,
god,
this
this
is
isn't even a good
terrible.
Madonna. This isn't even a good Madonna song.
The thing is, like,
No.
Madonna actually has a really good voice, and then they just decided to auto-tune the fuck out of her. Who thought that was a good idea? They should be beheaded.
Madge thought it herself. Do you think that she let anybody give her any input into this song? This is all her. It's like the second she forgot about Kabbalah, she started doing like these things. I think like right after Ray of Light, she put out that other album where she started like playing with the sound a little bit, and she would throw like little like record skips and stuff. And this is, I personally, I don't think a Bond song needs like the freeze pause on it.
No.
Mm-mm.
This is, like I said, this isn't even a good Madonna song.
No.
Yeah, no. This is absolute garbage. You know, I appreciate you recognizing that I have been the Madonna fan in this group, but I hate this song.
Yeah. I do love me some Madonna. This is awful. This is the worst song that any of the Bond movies has ever had.
Yeah, I firmly agree with that. And it's tough to find defenders of this song. I just feel like, and I've said this before about a few of the bands, that they got the assignment. Like Duran Duran got the assignment. Garbage got the assignment. Madonna was just like, she was given notes and she's like, what do you want me to do? Eat this? Seriously.
Even Jack White is like, I'm going to take your notes and I'm going to give it my twist. And she was just like, nope, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see your theming, and I'm going to raise you, my jerking off with my guitar. But yeah, is this when Madonna lost her mind? I'm trying to remember. This was right after Swept Away. And it's fitting, because this is one of the worst Bond movies.
Yeah. For me, this is the worst Bond theme song. Hands down. There is nothing that is worse than this one. This one is a boo-raker of the worst degree.
Yeah. Yeah. And 50% of Twitter agrees with you. It is a 00 negative.
Yep, 00 negative.
I want to know who are the 50% that thought this was actually worth something.
Well, it's a, you know what? It's a private poll, so I don't even know who did it, but I'm sure they know who they are, and they know their guilt. Don't you feel ashamed? Don't you feel remorse for what you have done?
Just go around the world and find anybody with a little rain cloud over their head. They're the ones that voted for it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, so it's so bad.
No, I didn't vote for it, but I definitely have a cloud over my head.
Oh. All right. So are we ready for the final two here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm interested in seeing what comes up next. Okay. So up next is Sam Smith, The Writings on the Wall from Spectre.
I never shoot to miss, but I feel like a storm is coming. If I'm gonna make it through the day, then there's no more use in running. This is something I gotta face. If I risk it all, could you break my fall? How do I live? How do I breathe? When you're not here, I'm suffocating. I wanna feel love run through my blood. Tell me, is this where I give it all up? For you, I have to risk it all. 'Cause the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike and I had the same reaction. Yeah.
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 I don't much care for his voice, quite frankly.
I do not like his voice at all. I feel he's trying too hard to hit that falsetto.
Yeah.
He
The normal voice is fine, but the all the falsetto action was just not necessary, not appropriate, and not appreciated.
Well, I feel like it's definitely something that is a Sam Smith thing, because I don't like any of his music. I truly don't like any of his music. However, it feels like a Bond song. They definitely got that intro. They got that Bond intro in there well.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Yeah, that one.
But they also did... The other thing with this, too, is that it actually does have... I love the chorus. Even though we kind of have to listen to him push it, to the point where his testicles can't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's that pop at the end.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing. It's just I feel like the chorus is fantastic, and it's just his voice. His voice ruins it for me to the point where I can't put it as a license to slap. But I do enjoy this song. I'm personally, I'm putting this as a high meh.
It's slow to mid meh for me. It's not a bad song. It's just his voice is just kills any love I have for it.
I agree. It's definitely a meh.
Yeah, and it's Twitter agrees with everybody. 44% went with meh as well. So it's staying right dead in the center here of the meh scale.
Yep.
All right. That leaves only one. All right. Yeah, that leaves only one song left, and that is Tina Turner, "Goldeneye."
See him move through smoke and mirrors, feel his presence in the crowd. Other girls, they gather around him. If I had him, I wouldn't let him out. Golden eye, not lace or leather. Golden chain, take him to the spot. Golden eye, I'll show him forever. It'll take forever to see what I've got.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about my favorite Bond song? We have hit it.
This is a good song, and it's my favorite Bond movie that I've seen.
This was
D-snaps all the way.
This was the first Bond movie I saw in theaters. And, because for me, this GoldenEye, it takes everything that Goldfinger did and just, boom, nails it out of the park.
It is a really good song. It was like the first time that a song felt like an event.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for the most part, it was like the first time since Duran Duran they made an actual big deal about a Bond song. It's a solid song. While it's not like in my upper favorites, mainly because of some of the tricks that they do with it, which sound like a show tuning or Vegas-y version of like the John Barry riffs, like that. They sound a little Vegas-y. To me, it's still an excellent song.
It actually hit the UK charts one spot higher than Garbage.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I like this song a lot. I'm assuming everybody else is a big fan of this one too, right?
I wholeheartedly love this song. This is my favorite Bond song, and I mean, it's Tina Turner. You cannot not hate Tina Turner. Wait.
You got that wrong.
Yeah, you can't hate Tina Turner.
You can't hate Tina Turner.
Yeah, I love Tina Turner.
Unless you're Ike Turner and he's dead, so it doesn't really matter. So
yeah, fuck him anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah. And like, we've got a couple of, really big names on this list who have done movie themes before, and I think that this is better than Thunderdome.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude, can we get beyond Thunderdome?
We totally can. But it's also partly because understanding the assignment and doing a different sound.
Yeah.
Whereas...
yeah,
Madonna, I'm like, this used to be my playground. You got the assignment then.
Yeah,
And you
and
did
even
a good job.
that song's just kind of like it hit number one for what did we say, like a week or two.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I bet Madonna wasn't in the movie. I bet she does better songs when she's in the movie.
She was in this movie though.
Oh, was she? Oh God.
Yeah, she was offensive. This movie sucks. So I would forgive you if you forgot every moment of this movie. But yeah, she's like the fencing instructor or something, and I think this is when she discovered that she could do a not convincing British accent.
That was what I'm quite sure she discovered long before that she could do a not convincing British accent.
Oh, it's not great. I think this is around the time she married Guy Ritchie too, so it's
Okay,
just
yeah.
so
Yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
God, it's
Well,
so
you know,
sad.
it's
We've gone from best to worst again. It's
yeah. I did actually watch the Bond starring with Denise Richards, but anyway.
Sorry.
But yes, let us bring it back to one of
Tina.
the best.
To Dame Tina. Yeah, it is a fantastic song. It definitely is upper echelon
This is
Bond.
top license to rock for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, and I will, so with this tiered list, I will screenshot this and throw it up on Twitter and Facebook so everyone can get a look at it as when we release the episode. I'm not giving it away now for obvious reasons. I still got to edit. So yeah, exactly. It's just spoilers from here. So I will throw that up on our Twitter feed, which is at Geek Salad Radio, and our Facebook feed, which is Geek Salad Podcast. I do have some shout-outs, by the way, for some of our friends on Twitter. First off, thank you, Comic Book Couples, who is at CBCC Podcast, who actually did a great retweet for us there. Oh. And then we had some great feedback as well from a lot of our friends here. So KCA, Night of Autumn at Initiative of One, says, World is Not Enough by Garbage is pretty kick-ass. And hot take, I think we should not make any more James Bond movies.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, as long as we have an American civilization, there's not going to be an end to Bond movies.
Yeah. Our friend Kurt Smith at Swayze of Arabia says, I'm torn on what the best Bond theme. My go-to is always surely Bassie's rendition of Goldfinger, but I love Nobody Does It Better by Carly Simon. There he is. Since I love 80s pop, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention A View to a Kill by Duran Duran. Worst is, of course, Die Another Day by Madonna. I did respond to Kurt by saying, I found that even the lowest of the low has their defenders, but not this one. It is, not a great movie at all. And we also had some other...
Actually, you know who does defend that one?
Who's that?
At least the song is my coworker, Rui.
Oh, boy.
But, of course, he is also a massive fan of the Transformers movies and of Cars.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we've got... Yep. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said take that as you will.
Yeah. And then we also had Dave McLean, our good buddy at McLean Dave, who says, Live and Let Die is the gold standard in which all Bond songs are measured by. I've strangely seen two Bond songs live in concert, both at One and A View to a Kill. Both that one. So he just saw McCartney live recently, and he still does Live and Let Die, and he also saw View to a Kill. Dave also on Twitter posted the Bond chord, which is a seventh fret C. So it's pretty cool. Oh, it's an E major minor 9, the real James Bond chord.
Means nothing to me.
Well, thank you everybody who voted for our song for the songs on this. We really appreciate that. It helped color this list a bit. Now, we did have one more thing we want to quickly touch on. This show's going a bit longer than I anticipated. Yeah, which is kind of I can't imagine how long gone if we had more people involved. But to this morning, I sent out a list to Joe, to Classic Mike, to regular Mike, and to Catherine here with the Vegas betting odds for who should play the next Bond. Now, according to this, at plus 300, the top pick would be Idris Elba, and the bottom here would be at a plus 2,000, Aidan Turner. So my question to you folks is, first of all, I actually got someone from Twitter who did mention that Movies for Real at Movies for Real said, I would love Idris Elba to play James Bond. Just man's a badass and would be just a good Bond. I'm going to actually dispute you on that, buddy. Only because he doesn't need Bond at this point.
I have no issue with Idris Elba. I do think he is a badass, but thing is, he's also 49.
Yep.
And I would be shocked if they would go with someone that's around 50 because they're going to want to at least get 10 years out of them. And I can't see Idris Elba playing Bond at 60.
Yeah. You got to get at least 5 movies
can.
out of him. Yeah.
I absolutely can. Give me Idris Elba.
No. Give me Idris Elba, but we see where Daniel Craig is at.
Daniel Craig is in his early 50s, and he's like, I had to stop because it's not so much the filming, it's the regimen that he's got to do to get himself in shape for these movies.
Yeah, he's publicly said he'd rather crawl across broken glass with his flying zip before playing Bond again. So, Idris Elba, he's a fantastic actor, but I've heard he can be a little on the temperamental side.
Yeah.
Really? I had totally heard that actually.
Yeah.
I
think he's what we would call the safe pick because not only is he's a great action star, he's well known, he's handsome, and he's also black, and that's kind of I just think he doesn't need it. Even if he were a younger man and he was still as famous as he is now, he doesn't need Bond.
Yeah. Just looking over some of these other names here.
Yeah, who would you pick?
Henry Cavill, no. He's not going to be Bond.
Too well known. He's too well. He doesn't need it.
Same thing with Tom Hardy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy. No, I think Tom Hardy would make a terrible Bond. I really do, and I like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, I like Tom Hardy and when but he does a good rapscallion, and that's not Bond.
Yeah.
Bond's a different flavor, and that's not Tom Hardy. And yeah, it's no.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy, he's not. All the roles I've seen him in, he's not debonair enough.
Oh yeah, no, he can make a great Bond villain.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Honestly, I know he's kind of a dark horse, but I would love to see Aidan Turner get the role.
I'm with you on that one. I think Aidan Turner, if they're going with a traditional, we need a guy who is established but not well known.
Yeah.
You couldn't go wrong with Aidan Turner. He can do the physical aspect of that. He did 4 seasons of Poldark. He was in the Hobbit trilogy. He's a fantastic actor.
I first saw him in that I forget the title of it, but the British version they made an American version about a vampire, werewolf, and a ghost all roommates.
Yep.
He was so good as that.
That's amazing. Being human.
Yes, he was the vampire.
That's it.
He was so amazing in that role.
I like him. And honestly, if you want to go with a slight, he still needs a little bit of that credibility push, and they want to go in the direction just to make it a little more accessible to absolutely everybody, Regé-Jean Page.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so Regé-Jean Page is on Bridgerton, a show which I've watched 1 episode of. Women love him. Women absolutely are just when you ask women about Idris, ask them about Regé-Jean Page, and if they knew who he is, they will swoon.
I need to check. I didn't look at anybody after Idris Elba because.
Mike Fassbender is not going to be Bond. I'm sorry, he's not.
No, Fassbender.
No, he's gonna be like a new Goldfinger or something. He's definitely.
Yeah, a great, fantastic actor, but he's not Bond. No, he's not.
So,
he's not. No, he's not Bond. He's the villain.
Right. Also, David McLean also brought up that his choice would be Regé-Jean Page, although Haley Atwell should really be given a shot too. That would be interesting. I feel like she's, at this point, deserves something outside of Marvel.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a major tentpole.
I could, if they decided to go, I mean, that I could see them doing
They're
something.
not going to do that.
I could see them doing someone that's black before they go for a woman.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think Regé-Jean Page is young. He's in shape. Very good looking.
Yep.
I think he could. Yeah. All right, Catherine. Let's get your opinion on that.
Well, just looking at his headshots, I'm like, okay, I could see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that they would rather go with a black 007 than a female 007. Like, I could totally see Haley Atwell playing like a foil or a compatriot.
Right.
You know
who I would love to see?
But then at this point, it's just like, then she's getting typecast.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know like exactly how old Haley Atwell is, but I would love to see her play M, the new M.
Yes.
I'd be totally, and actually give M a more of a active role in the
in the field role. Yeah.
And just sitting behind the desk. That would yes.
I like
that.
I like the idea of her being in the field and then assuming the M role at the end of the movie.
Ooh, yes.
There we go. Barbara Broccoli, you have our number. Just reach out to, just DM me at Geek Salad Radio on Twitter, and we will make a deal. Yes. So, yeah, I think that is some great casting. So, guys, this is a fun conversation. I've had Bond on the brain for about 2 months now because of all the movie reviews and stuff, and I really wanted to talk about the song. So, thank you guys so much. So, anyway, our next episode, we're sticking with movies, but we're gonna
So I just pulled up an image of Regé-Jean Page. Yeah, I could totally see him.
Yes. Yeah. I honestly, him or Aidan Turner, I would be totally fine with. And I've been advocating for Aidan Turner as Reed Richards forever, but we know that's not going to happen. Yeah. So,
wow, the more I see him, the more I want him to be his Bond.
Yeah, I agree. I would be shocked. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
But anyway, so our next episode, we're going to be sticking with movies, but we're doing something a little different. Not talking about Marvel. We're not talking about DC. We want to talk about our thoughts on our favorite live-action comic book movies and TV that are not Marvel or DC. So we're going outside of the big two on that one. So I would love to hear what you guys think about what your picks are, what y'all out in the pod universe picks are. I know there will be some, and there are going to be some very specific picks. For our movies, I know our friend M has covered on her show, Verbal Diorama. So,
are we opening up to live action adaptations of anime?
If it came out of a manga, I don't see why not. I just don't expect me to talk too much about it.
Well, you're going to make Jim and I, John and Joe and I are very happy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I think that counts, and I know one of the ones that I'm going to talk about.
Excellent. Well, we'll compile a list. It'll be fun. And we want to know what your thoughts are, too, on that. So if you've got thoughts, you can reach out to us on Twitter at Geek Salad Radio and on Facebook at Geek Salad Podcast. You can also check out our entire archive of episodes wherever you get your podcasts from. So Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Essentially, you found it now. Just go back a few. You'll find more there. Our archive is also on our YouTube channel, along with Mike and my retro movie reviews, which is you can search for us just by saying Geek Salad Podcast. Also, check out our TeePublic store, keyword Geek Salad Podcast as well. Whew. All right. Well, mission accomplished, folks. Good job. Martinis all around. So, until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm Mike.
I'm Catherine.
Go forth and be nerdful. Talk to you later.
Martinis! Bye!
That's why we say in the book, keep the countdown short. You don't need a 5-hour countdown. It just gives Bond too much time.
What's wrong with 3, 2, 1, goodbye?